All right, y'all, thanks for coming into class tonight on a Friday night. It's good to see some familiar faces, good to see some new faces. Tonight I wanted to go over concepts on maintaining the back. You're good. My whole jiu-jitsu game is predicated upon submitting you on the way to getting onto your back and then submitting you from your back. And I subscribe to the Derek Kaivani philosophy of back mount, which is you don't lose the back once you're on it. If you do, obviously you've messed up, or the person that you're going against is much better than you, or both. But ideally, if you get on someone's back, you should finish the match or fight on their back, or you should submit them from their back. So we're going to go over a couple of concepts. I'm going to try not to talk too long, and we'll do some retention drills, and then I'm going to go over a couple techniques that I like to try from the back. And so we'll start with some general concepts. I'm going to use Joe to demonstrate. But if I'm on Joe's back, you do a lot of drilling from sitting like this, but this never really happens. You're always going to be on your side, right? I want to have him on my choking side, which this hand that's over his shoulder is the choking side. This is ideal for me because I can finish him from here. If we're on the other side, it's not as great because this is the hand that's going to choke him, and this one is under, his arm, and he has a pathway to escape because this is not holding his head into my back. So we're going to start on the choking side for some concepts. So if we're here, let's slide this way. Cool. So if we're here and I want to choke Joe, the easiest thing to do is if I can get this hand under his chin and come to the rear naked, right? That usually doesn't work because he's going to be hand fighting. He's going to be trying to stop me from doing that. So what I try to do generally is go for that, and then when his hands come into play, I'm going to try to do a hand trap, which is using my left hand to trap his arm. Now we've got a 2-on-1, and I can feed myself a lapel, finish a lapel choke. I can, finish a rear naked because he only has one hand to defend. That's generally my approach. If we're on the far side, there's two ways to get back to the other side, or that's another way of saying to get essentially this. Right? I can't finish him from this side. We have to go to the other side, or I need to switch my arms. So if we want to go back to the other side, the easiest thing to do is to use my legs, and I'm just going to use my top leg to turn his hips, and my bottom leg pivots. The whole time I'm keeping the seatbelt, I'm keeping his back to my chest, and I don't let him out on the choking side. The other thing that I can try to do is I can try to switch my seatbelt. This is a little bit more advanced, and if Joe's really good, he's probably going to escape while I'm trying this, but I'm going to start by doing the same thing that I did with the hand trap, which is I'm going to threaten a choke, and his hands are going to come up. When that happens, I'm going to anchor my grip on the collar, pull my bottom arm out, and quickly throw it under his head. So now if he's on the choking side, this hand comes underneath. I now have a seatbelt on this side. Any questions on that? Cool.
When you were pivoting to go back over to the choking side, you kind of put the heel on the inner thigh.
Yep.
Do you ever do the foot on the hip? And when would you do one versus the other?
Sure. So you're talking about when I went like this?
Yeah.
So foot on the hip I don't love. I really like using his leg as a lever to turn his hips because it's further away from his hips. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what you're saying. You put your foot on the hip and then try to turn it?
It's not my move.
Oh, I'm just asking. Is that what you meant? Though?
Yeah.
So sure, but it's a longer lever if I do it from further away, and it's much easier. I could do this, but I kind of have to find his hip and stomp on it. If I just use his knee, his hips turn much easier. Make sense?
Yep.
Cool. So those are some concepts. To put those into play, we're going to do a back retention drill to start with. And we're going to start by being on the wrong side, right? So Joe's going to escape by hopping over my bottom leg. And now to get back, I'm going to keep the seatbelt built up. I'm going to put that hook in, and this is just what I showed, turning his hips with my foot. And now we're on this side, right? Joe's going to do the same thing. He's going to jump over my bottom leg and escape. I'm going to keep the seatbelt, chin his back, sit him up. Now, ideally, I wouldn't want to do this and go to this side, but for the purpose of the drill, we're going back and forth. Any questions on how to do that? Cool. We're going to get with our partners. We'll do 1 minute, and then we'll switch and do a minute on the other side. 1, 2, 3. Any questions about that drill or back retention in general? Awesome. So there's a couple things with that drill. Maintaining a tight seatbelt Never sacrificing the integrity of it, never letting go, keeping their backs to your chest or whatever. The other thing is keeping your legs free, not crossing your legs, and don't do body triangles. A lot of people like body triangles. They can work in no-gi sometimes. I'm still not a fan of them. I have short legs. Don't do body triangles in no-gi. You want your feet free so that if like we get into a situation where I'm on Joe's back, he gets all the way out, I need to be able to come up, build up, do all this stuff. If I have him in a body triangle, he can make me foot lock myself, and he can also turn around and come into close guard, which I definitely don't want to do. That's a huge regression from the back. We're now going to talk about finishing and the hand fighting. So again, if I have him on the shoulder side, my favorite thing to do is feed myself the collar from the bottom so that I've now cinched my choking arm way up by his neck. He's got a hand fight. If I can get inside on his top hand, trap, block with my leg. All I'm really thinking about doing is stuffing it past. I don't have to like hook it like I would be doing for a crucifix or anything like that. I really just need to get the inside space so he can't get it back. And now it's a really easy 2-on-1. You can finish any kind of choke here. It's really easy to do in theory, the hand fight there. I have the inside space, just come to his wrist and push down. I can even trap it on his body, doesn't really matter. And that just gives me the head start that I need to finish a choke on that side. Any questions on that hand fight, that technique? Cool, we're gonna try that with our partners. Go on both sides also, right and left. We'll do that 2 times each. 1, 2, 3. So the hand trap, sorry, before I forget on that, any questions about what we've gone over so far? Anything at all on the back, any of this stuff? Cool. So the hand trap's nice. You might not always get it. So I just want to go through like my highest percentage favorite attacks from the back. And a lot of them start, I'm just going to do this sitting up so you can see it here. A lot of them start with feeding myself a double ply cross collar to start. The higher I can get it to his neck is the better, but he's going to be defending, and it can start really low, and it can always slide up, right? So I can give it to myself low, just start pulling down with my left hand as the right hand goes up, and even if he's fighting with both hands, it's still going to go up. Once I've got this is really all I need to finish. I can do it one-handed, I can get my other hand behind his head, I can get the other collar, I can go behind his head here. Multiple finishes, and it all just starts from getting this grip here. The other thing you can try is the regular rear naked, which you don't have the anchor grip, but we're doing these, so just give yourself a grip. Give yourself a head start. We're going to get with our partners, and we're going to cycle through those 4 different options. So the first one is one-handed. Second one is if I get my arm behind his head. Third one is fourth one. Any questions on those? Cool. We'll get with our partners, cycle through those 2 times each, and then we'll do some positional training. 1, 2, 3.